Decoded.
Hey there, bookworms and knowledge seekers. Welcome back to Book Decoded, the show, where we crack open the pages of fascinating books and share those golden nuggets of wisdom just for you. Today, we're diving headfirst into Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life.
Ikigai. It's become quite a buzzword, hasn't it? But this book goes beyond the hype, exploring the cultural roots and practical applications of this fascinating concept.
Exactly. It's not just a self-help fad. It's a way of life that's been practiced in Japan, particularly in Okinawa, for centuries. And you know what? It seems to be working pretty darn well for them. The island is home to the world's highest concentration of centenarians, people living to 100 and beyond.
What's fascinating is that the authors Héctor García and Francesc Miralles don't just present Ikigai as an abstract philosophy. They take us on a journey to Okinawa, specifically to a village called Ogimi, nicknamed the Village of Longevity. Through interviews with these vibrant centenarians, we get a glimpse into how Ikigai manifests in their daily lives.
Okay, I'm already hooked. So tell me, what exactly is Ikigai? Is it just a fancy word for finding your passion?
It's more than just passion, though. That's certainly a part of it. Imagine a Venn diagram with 4 overlapping circles. One circle represents what you love, another what you're good at, the third, what the world needs, and the fourth, what you can be paid for. Ikigai lies at the intersection of all 4.
Wow, that's a really helpful visual. So it's about finding that sweet spot where your skills and passions align with a sense of purpose and ideally a way to make a living.
Precisely. And what struck me is that the book emphasizes that everyone has an Ikigai, but it might take some exploration and introspection to uncover it. It's not always a lightning bolt moment. Sometimes it's a gentle unfolding.
So it's not about pressuring ourselves to find the one true calling, but about paying attention to what brings us joy and a sense of fulfillment, and then exploring how that might connect to a larger purpose.
Absolutely. And here's a fascinating tidbit. The book points out that there's no word for retires in Japanese. The concept of stopping work altogether just doesn't exist in their culture because purpose and contribution are so deeply ingrained in their lives, even in later years.
That's amazing. It makes you wonder if our Western obsession with retirement is actually robbing us of potential years of purpose and fulfillment.
It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? And speaking of purpose, the book takes us deep into the heart of Ogimi, the Village of Longevity. It paints a vivid picture of this close-knit community where people live in harmony with nature and with each other.
Okay, I'm picturing lush green hills, serene beaches, and maybe some wise old folks sharing tea and ancient secrets.
You're not far off. The book highlights how the Okinawans prioritize community and connection. They have this beautiful concept called moai, which refers to informal social support groups. These are groups of friends and neighbors who commit to looking after each other, sharing meals, and supporting each other through life's ups and downs.
It sounds like the ultimate recipe for happiness and longevity, having a built-in network of people who genuinely care about your well-being.
And it's not just about social support. The book also explores how the Okinawans approach diet and movement in a way that promotes vitality and longevity.
All right, spill the tea.
Yeah.
What's their secret?
Well, imagine a diet rich in colorful vegetables, fresh fish, and seaweed. They practice hara hachibu, which means eating until you're 80% full, a form of mindful eating that prevents overeating. And they're big on green tea, known for its potent antioxidants.
That sounds delicious and pretty doable, actually. No crazy restrictions, just wholesome natural foods.
Exactly. And their approach to movement isn't about grueling workouts. They incorporate gentle exercises like Radio Taiso, a series of light movements broadcast on the radio each morning, and practices like yoga and Tai Chi that combine movement, breath work, and meditation.
It's fascinating how their lifestyle seems to naturally promote longevity without being restrictive or obsessive. It's more about finding a balance, enjoying life's pleasures, and staying connected to nature and community.
That's a great observation. And what's really intriguing is that the book doesn't shy away from exploring the role of the mind in longevity. It delves into how stress can accelerate aging and offers practical strategies for cultivating mental and emotional resilience.
I'm all ears. We could all use a little more resilience in our lives, especially these days.
Absolutely. And that's what we'll be diving into in our next segment. Ready to explore the mind-body connection and discover how we can harness the power of mindfulness to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. The book doesn't sugarcoat things. It acknowledges that stress is a major culprit in premature aging. When we're chronically stressed, our bodies release a cascade of hormones that can damage cells, weaken our immune system, and even shorten our telomeres, those protective caps on our chromosomes that are linked to lifespan.
Okay, that's a little scary, but I'm guessing the book doesn't leave us hanging with just a doom and gloom message about stress.
Not at all. It offers a powerful antidote. Mindfulness. The book highlights how mindfulness practices like meditation and deep breathing can help us tame that stress response and cultivate a sense of calm and clarity.
I've been hearing a lot about mindfulness lately. Is it really that effective?
There's a growing body of research that suggests mindfulness can have a profound impact on our mental and physical well-being. It can help lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, improve sleep, and even boost our immune system.
So it's not just about feeling calmer. It's about actually changing our physiology in a way that supports longevity.
Precisely. And what's interesting is that the book connects mindfulness to the Okinawan lifestyle. Their strong sense of community, their focus on purpose, their connection to nature, even their diet. It all contributes to a less stressful existence.
It's like their whole culture is built on a foundation of mindfulness,
Right.
which naturally leads to greater well-being and longevity.
That's a great way to put it. And speaking of the Okinawan lifestyle, the book introduces us to two beautiful Japanese concepts that perfectly capture their approach to life: wabi-sabi and ichigo-ichi.
Those sound familiar, but refresh my memory on what they mean.
Wabi-sabi is about finding beauty in imperfection, appreciating the transient nature of life. It's like seeing the cracks in a teacup as part of its unique charm. It's about embracing the beauty of the natural world, which is inherently imperfect and ever-changing.
It's about letting go of the need for everything to be perfect and finding joy in the simple impermanent things.
Exactly. And ichigo-ichi, it means this moment exists only now and won't come again. It's a reminder to cherish each encounter, to be fully present in the moment, and to appreciate that fleeting beauty of life.
Wow, that's powerful. It makes you realize how often we rush through life without truly savoring each experience.
And the book takes it a step further, introducing us to the concept of anti-fragility.
Anti-fragility, I've never heard of that. What does it mean?
It's about not just surviving challenges, but actually thriving because of them. It's like a muscle that grows stronger with each workout. The book argues that by embracing randomness, uncertainty, and even failure, we can become more adaptable and resilient.
So instead of fearing failure, we should see it as an opportunity for growth and learning.
Exactly. And that ties back to the Okinawan centenarians we discussed earlier. They've faced their share of challenges in their long lives, but they haven't let those challenges define them. Instead, they've embraced them, learned from them, and emerged stronger and wiser.
It's inspiring to think that we can develop this anti-fragility muscle and actually benefit from the inevitable bumps in the road of life.
Absolutely. And the book offers some practical tips for building resilience. One key element is having a strong sense of purpose, something that gives you a reason to get up in the morning and face whatever the day throws your way.
So finding our Ikigai isn't just about feeling fulfilled. It's also about equipping ourselves to handle life's challenges.
Right. And remember those MOI, the social support groups we talked about. Having a strong network of people you can rely on is another crucial element of resilience. They can offer emotional support, practical help, and a sense of belonging, which can make all the difference when you're facing adversity.
It's amazing how all these pieces fit together. Purpose mindfulness, community resilience, they all contribute to creating a life that's not just long, but also fulfilling and meaningful.
And that brings us back to the heart of Ikigai. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better. It's about finding your reason for being, nurturing your passions, connecting with others, and embracing the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience.
I love how this book goes beyond surface-level self-help advice and really delves into the deeper aspects of what it means to live a good life.
And the best part is that it's not just theoretical. It offers actionable steps we can take to incorporate these principles into our own lives, regardless of our age or background.
I'm excited to hear more about those actionable steps. Ready to wrap up this episode and share some key takeaways with our listeners.
I am, and yeah, I'm sure our listeners are eager to hear how they can actually put all this wisdom into practice. You're right, it's all well and good to talk about these concepts, but the real magic happens when we start applying them to our own lives. And the good news is that the book offers some concrete steps to help us do just that.
Okay, so where do we begin? What's the first step on this journey toward finding and living our Ikigai?
Well, the book suggests starting with some introspection.
Yeah.
Take some time to reflect on what truly brings you joy, what activities make you lose track of time, what skills you possess that you're proud of. It's about reconnecting with your passions and talents, those things that make you feel alive and energized.
Sounds like a process of self-discovery, kind of rediscovering those things we might have forgotten about or pushed aside in the busyness of life.
Exactly. And once you have a clearer sense of what lights you up, the next step is to explore how those passions and skills might connect to a larger purpose. How can you use your unique gifts to contribute to the world, to make a difference in your community, or to simply bring more beauty and joy into the lives of others?
So it's not just about finding something you enjoy. It's about finding something that feels meaningful, something that gives you a sense of purpose beyond yourself.
Right. And here's where things get really interesting. The book encourages us to experiment, to step outside our comfort zones, and to try new things. You might be surprised to discover hidden talents or passions you never knew you had.
It's about approaching life with a sense of curiosity and playfulness, like a child exploring the world for the first time.
I love that analogy. And as you experiment and explore, pay attention to when you experience that sense of flow we talked about earlier. Those moments where you're completely absorbed in an activity where time seems to melt away and you're filled with a sense of effortless joy and focus. Those are powerful clues pointing you toward your Ikigai.
So it's about tuning into our own internal compass, noticing what brings us alive, and then having the courage to follow those whispers of joy and purpose.
Absolutely. And don't forget about the importance of community. Surround yourself with people who support and inspire you, who challenge you to grow, and who share your values. Those moai, those close-knit social circles we discussed, are a testament to the power of human connection in fostering longevity and well-being.
It's a reminder that we don't have to do this alone. Finding and living our Ikigai is often a communal endeavor, a journey we share with others who uplift and encourage us along the way.
And remember, it's not a destination, it's a journey. Your Ikigai might evolve over time as you grow and change. Be open to new possibilities, embrace the unexpected detours, and trust that you're always being guided toward a life that's aligned with your true purpose.
It's about letting go of the need for a rigid plan and embracing the beauty of the unknown, the adventure of discovering our Ikigai one step at a time.
Exactly. And as we wrap up this episode, I'm reminded of a quote from the book that perfectly captures the essence of Ikigai. It's by the Japanese artist Katsushika Hokusai, who said, "From the age of 6, I had a mania for drawing the forms of things. By the time I was 50, I had published an infinity of designs, but all I have produced before the age of 70 is not worth taking into account. At 73, I have learned a little about the true structure of nature of animals, plants, trees, birds, fish, and insects. When I am 80, I shall have made still more progress. At 90, I shall penetrate the mystery of things. At 100, I shall have reached a marvelous stage, and when I am 110, everything I do, be it a dot or a line, will be alive."
What a powerful testament to the idea that it's never too late to find and pursue our Ikigai Hokusai's words. Remind us that life is a journey of continuous growth and discovery, and that our passions can continue to evolve and inspire us throughout our lives.
So, dear listeners, what will you do today to nurture your Ikigai? What small step can you take to move toward a life that's filled with purpose, passion, and a deep sense of joy and fulfillment?
Remember, it's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about those small, consistent actions, those daily choices that gradually align your life with your true purpose. Embrace the journey, savor the process, and trust that your Ikigai is waiting to be discovered.
And as always, keep diving deep into the books that inspire you, the ideas that spark your curiosity, and the conversations that nourish your soul. Until next time, happy reading.